Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. So Elon Musk is stepping down as CEO. Yes, it is really happening. He's stepping down as CEO, and you're probably guessing, okay, which one is it going to be? Well, I'll show you. So Elon Musk stepping down as Twitter CEO. And in fact, he's not leaving entirely. I guess he's going to be overseeing the product over there, right? But he's not going to be CEO anymore. This is actually on Elon Musk's Twitter. We'll read the details. Elon Musk says on Twitter, excited to announce that I've hired a new CEO for X/Twitter. She will be starting in approximately 6 weeks. My role will transition to being executive chair and CTO, overseeing products, software, and SysOps. So this was just tweeted out. 2 million people have seen it, and there's no word on who it could be. I'm going to give you a couple of people that I think it could be, and also we'll just see what you guys think. So first one is, what if he announces Cathie Wood as the new CEO of Twitter? What do you guys think about that? Because I was looking at this. She was, losing money, and there was some sort of ETF in Canada that been shut down. So, maybe sort of the investment world is soured on Cathie Wood. However, what if she were to step up as a CEO over at Twitter? I think that would make a big wave. So clearly this is a joke, and you can decide which joke is the joke. But yeah, Cathie Wood would be an interesting one to pick. More realistically, though, I asked the former CEO of YouTube, Susan Wojcicki. She actually was over there for 9 years at YouTube. She would know streaming very, very well. And she stepped down in February. And the timing of this one would be really interesting because you never know in this kind of world. I think this would probably make the biggest splash. In my opinion, this is the first name that came to my mind. She has not been mentioned before because, she's over at YouTube, and you're not going to leave necessarily YouTube to go over to Twitter unless they quadruple your salary and stuff like that. But still, it may not even be worth it because you're, leaving a very, very good job, which I think CEO of Twitter would be, CEO of YouTube would be a good job, and CEO of Twitter maybe not so great. Because you're talking about a business that, needs to attract all these advertisers back. And you're talking about essentially a platform that people just troll each other. So I think this would be the most interesting pick if they were to go for Susan. But who knows if she would do it. So that would be probably my top pick if I'm Elon Musk. Other ones out there, which are actually be pretty good picks as well, to be perfectly frank. There's Vanessa Papas. This would be the TikTok COO, which wouldn't be bad, right? So there's a lot of how can I say, bad press around TikTok these days. So why not go after, someone who may want to leave, and you can pay them a heck of a lot more money. They can get a promotion. So this would be a pretty good pick. Or you could go with Sheryl Sandberg, ex-Meta CEO. So basically what you're doing is you're looking around for people who are, very high level execs. And there could be a couple others. Maybe you're going to pick someone from like a Snapchat or something like that, or maybe like an Airbnb, but like a high profile kind of person. So these would be probably the top three. Either someone, used to work at YouTube, used to work at Meta, used to work at TikTok, or go after Cathie Wood. So I'd love to hear if we left out any companies or potential CEO candidates. And it's interesting because, Elon Musk specifically said we didn't give a name. And the Wall Street Journal actually ran a related article, and I'll just read the headlines of this one. It says, more wives now out-earn their husbands. They also stay together longer. And it was interesting because, we're in an era now where, female CEOs are still not as common as male CEOs. But, for me personally, I'm just sharing with you guys, I would be thrilled if my wife made $10 million, $20 million, and I would be jumping up and down, right? Why not? I don't know if there's that many guys out there that are shamed if their wife makes more than them. There could be. I don't hang out in those kind of circles, but my personal opinion is that, as a sort of, married couple, we're a team. And like I said, I'm thrilled if my wife would make tons of more money. But evidently they are in some cases. Evidently, at the moment, talking about, marriages, I guess 16% of women out-earn their husbands. So it's still the minority. The women get paid 82% that of men. I was looking at the numbers here. They're just numbers. And like I said, I think the culture is probably more in my camp, but I don't know. And I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. And my also opinion on this is when you look to hire anyone, look at the whole field of people, that both male and female, and no matter what, where they come from and these kind of things, and you're going to get better candidates. I think that's a simple thing, opposed to just only looking at half the field. So the other problem with Twitter over there as well is you really have, and for some people out there, they would say, no, Chris, it's not a problem, it's a positive, but it depends on your view of it. But they're trying to get more sort of like content creators over there and having sort of a paid model. So Tucker Carlson, for example, said he's going to move his show over to Twitter, and the way the platform is now, it's not set up very well for search. It's not like YouTube. You guys, I use YouTube every day, and I'm sure you guys do as well. Yes, you can search things on Twitter. Yes, you totally can. But it's not as efficient as YouTube. Like if I want to find a video on cooking, right, I can easily find that on YouTube. But on Twitter, it's a lot trickier to find stuff. So I think this is a challenge. Yes, I like I said, I'm saying yes. I see that they're going to try to get content people over there. My understanding as well is I think they were trying to do like an OnlyFans model where essentially people can put paywall content and then you subscribe and then you can put whatever on there. And I'm not sure if they have a I'll just put it at taking off your clothes kind of policy with Twitter. They like to say that they're gonna have freedom of speech for everything and all things goes. The problem with that model is that you need to get advertisers back, right? If you're Coca-Cola or something like that, you don't necessarily want your Coca-Cola advertisements next to things where people are taking off their clothes or just saying all kinds of random nonsense. But I understand some people are all about that, but in terms of business model, not so great. Twitter also is trying to do encrypted messages, which I thought was kind of interesting. They're trying lots of new things, so you never know who they bring in. They might be able to turn the ship around. They've already Elon Musk has already cost the bank stuff like that. I think it's like $24 billion. I think he bought it for 44, and the recent evaluation was around around 20 billion. So you're missing about 20 billion. So you're losing a little bit of favor among people who are involved with this thing. However, you never know. Step down, bring in someone else. It might continue going. There was interesting as well today as well is there was another article that was related to this. Is I can read the headline here. The executive who keeps Tesla rolling isn't Elon Musk. And these kind of articles, when you see these, back to back to back to back, is not by chance. So Elon Musk is trying to, put this sort of kind of milieu, the idea in the ether, the slash milieu that he can step down and his companies will still function. And this will be an interesting test for the Elon Musk pumpers out there, because people essentially follow Elon Musk to wherever he does, and people who love Elon Musk and part of the cult, they'll just say, if he makes $20 billion, he's a genius. If he loses $20 billion, he's a genius. If he becomes CEO of Twitter, he's a genius. If he steps down as CEO, Twitter is a genius, right? You get the point. And I'm going to find it really fascinating because eventually he'll step down, right? He's not going to be CEO of Tesla forever. He's not. He'll either, retire or die. He can't, but either way, he can't do it forever. So it'll be really fascinating how the pumpers handle that sort of thing. And so already, like I said, they're planting articles to basically try to convince you that his companies will still run. Also in today's markets, the regional banks are still under stress. You can see here, PacWest sinks 25%. Basically what it was is they announced that they lost 9.5% of their deposits last week. So that's not great. So basically, this is how it is. If people don't trust a bank, they pull their money out. A bank doesn't have any more money. It's like not a bank anymore, right? So this banking crisis is not over. And we'll see what happens. I saw this other headline I thought was really fascinating. It says here, too small to succeed is a problem facing regional banks. And the basic gist of it, guys, and I'm sure we've talked about several times, is, if you got a bunch of money and you're trying to run a business, trying to make payroll, trying to pay all of your expenses, these kind of things, you just don't want to worry if your bank's going to fail, especially if you're over the $250,000, FDI insurance thing. So there's a situation out there to where the financial system will keep consolidating, and the banks that are just too small, they just won't really have a place. Also, too, if there's a credit crunch and they can't make money lending that way, and people are pulling their money, there could be a situation where we're only left with the big banks. And moreover, if we're only left with the big banks, then suddenly Jamie Dimon becomes our third president, second president, whatever. But he's like very powerful in the country and in the system. It's funny, and today they were giving all sorts of quotes of him and stuff like that. And one of the things that really stood out is he was talking about the debt ceiling and kind of trading jabs with whatever politicians, and that's kind of what they do. It is something that he's saying here that people are going to panic if we default in the debt. I personally don't think the debt ceiling is going to be a problem. This happens every single time they negotiate down to the final hour. But you never know, you know? You don't know for sure until the deal's actually done. We are, as a recording, mid-May. They probably have another week or so to do this, and we'll see what happens. Now, one of the things that's on the table, and I think this is one of the reasons why Jamie Dimon was giving interviews and things like that, is the FDIC was trying to figure out a way to get the big banks on the hook for bailing out Silicon Valley Bank. And so we'll see how that goes. This is in negotiations, running headlines on that. Regarding of people being on the hook, Disney is saying they're not making as much money as they were before. Basically, they're still losing money on streaming, these kind of things, and the parks are also slowing down. So this is a concern. And if you watch the markets every day as I do, and we guys watch these together, consumers make up a big part of the U.S. economy, and so if they're not spending, the wheels of money quit turning. We're gonna talk about this because again the debt ceiling is a real thing, and I was thinking about these things together to where what causes people to keep spending is sort of confidence in the future. So the debt ceiling thing is hits on your confidence a bit, and what some Americans do is this is also real. It has to do with confidence and also with your current situation. They've been using their credit card debt to stay afloat. You guys can see this here. So credit card debt all-time high, $930 billion. The basic idea is that when food costs go up and you haven't gotten a raise at your work, you're basically underwater every month, right? You're at a deficit. It's the same way that essentially the U.S. government spends. And so what you have to do is you have to borrow more. At the moment, defaults in the USA, I can just tell you guys what they are. So if you're a young person, 18 to 29, you're defaulting about or delinquency is a better way to say it. Delinquency, that means you're late. Basically 9.36%. 30 to 39, you're at 6%. 44 to 9, about 5.6, and 50 to 59, 4.7. So basically, the older you get, the less chance, and so the younger ones are feeling the most strain right now. And that's the daily news. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on any one of these stories. I know I throw a bunch of information out there every single day, but I try to keep you guys informed of sort of what's going on. And this weekend, there's a couple of trends I want to talk to you guys about. I'll make another video about that. What do you think about also, are there any replacements of Twitter CEO that we missed? So please share your thoughts. Thank you for your time, and catch you guys in the next video.